Good morning. All right, you guys ready for this week? It's going to be a great week and lots of stuff happening. So Chris asked me to just briefly share kind of what's happening at the end of the week, actually. It's a youth rally called Velocity. Several years ago, Truett and others encouraged us to try to provide a youth rally for this thing. And while I was the campus minister here at Sunset, I thought I wanted a project for my students to be involved in and something that would be great. So let's put that first slide up there. Is this working? My clicker? Okay, all right. All right, it froze up this time of year. So Velocity, we came up with a name. This is something that Ray Young and I put together, and it's a youth rally, but it's interactive. We're not trying to. We're trying to kind of do something a little bit different because students these days have a shorter attention span. I don't know if you've noticed that or not, but so that's what we're doing is trying to make things a little more interesting and fun and hopefully memorable, and something that they'll want to come back to year after year after year. So this is be our fifth year to do this. So it's been going great, and there's several things about it that I think are special. Again, one of the things that we do is we use our young people. So whether it's our cross-campus college students or whether it is our AIM students, they've been part of this as well. What happens is we kind of keep it fast-paced, lots of songs, skits, things like that, have some fun, some interactive kind of things, and then we have our speaker speak. It all kind of leads toward that. He speaks, and Ray is our primary speaker, does a great job with that, but we cut him short. We only give him 20 minutes. We say, Ray, you got to cut this to 20 minutes because we want the last 15 or 20 minutes to be time for students to be together and process what they've been experiencing. And so these questions kind of segue right from the lesson and then just let the kids start to apply it. And again, our college students or AIMers serve as those group leaders. And so it's kind of neat, so they'll break off into small groups and get to process what they've been learning and hearing. So here's the flyer. Maybe you've seen it around. And if you haven't, get one of these. And there's still time to invite people. It's free. We don't charge anything. We offer even a meal at night and then a concert at the end. Our theme this year is called Under. And we're kind of spinning off the Under Armour logo there. But we're talking about how we want to focus especially on how you can do something for God even if you're underage and how God uses young people. Or how important it is to be under authority, okay? And then of course, to have the Under Armour of God to help you accomplish what you're doing. So I thought maybe pictures speak 1,000 words, right? So we'll just show you a few things. Again, it's interactive. And so we try to do things. The kids don't sit the whole time. They get up and move and do stuff, and we have skits. And in fact, when they first get there, we actually you can measure your velocity. We have a little booth there and a pitching, one of those radar guns, so you can see how fast you throw. So again, there's just fun stuff for the kids to do and engage in, and there's booths in the back and that kind of stuff. This picture right here, we'll come back to that here in a moment. Anybody recognize who that is? Who is that? Where is he? Oh, man, he's sick. Bless his heart. Well, I can see why. We've done horrible things to him. Okay. So it's interactive. It's also engaging. We try to make it, again, something that people want to be a part of and draw themselves in. And so there's some images of some of the groups that meet, or some of the little activities we do is icebreakers that have a teachable moment attached to them. It's also portable. And so we don't just do it here at Sunset at the end of the workshop week. We actually take it on the road. And so Ray and I will load up our students, and some AIMers have gone with us as well, and our college kids at Sunset. Again, we wanted this to be a meaningful project for them, and so we take it on the road. These are some pictures here at the top. This one is Bowie, Texas, and we spent the night there and just made it a weekend trip. This other one is Eastland down here. That's me, and that's where we met Keith. All right, and so we've taken it to Roswell. We've taken it to Artesia. I'm trying to think of all the places we've been, but in 4 years, where else? Childress, yeah. So we've done it at several places besides here. We always do it here every year, but we get to kind of, and we'll do the same theme, just take it and do it a different couple times. It's also, we hope, impactful. And so this, again, kind of just shows you some of the things. But what's really fun was last year we had the AIMers do their AIM presentation. We're trying to get these young people excited about their faith and share opportunities with them like AIM, like disciple trips. And so this bottom picture right here is one of our college students, one of Ray's seniors. Ray's church does a cool thing. They let all their seniors, they encourage all their seniors to go on a mission trip, and they help pay for that as a senior trip gift from their church. Isn't that cool? And so this is one of his students. And anyways, great guy, hard worker. So he's actually at the youth rally showing some pictures to the other students saying, this is what I did last summer and what you could do as well, and the impact it had on his life. And so here's Keith. This is how we met him back in November. We took it on the road and went to his church in Eastland. And he won a scholarship in our drawing for disciple trips. He used that along with Caleb. And both those guys joined our group of 15 that went to Antigua and had a great mission trip. He was a great worker. And these boys wound up coming here to Lubbock to go to AIM. They were here last fall in this very room. There's Jerry. He went with us as well. And so that's what we hope. We hope the impact is not just for that youth rally, but it's planting seeds and casting a vision of what young people can do right away. So, which again leads us to disciple trips. And I'm blessed to be part of that. Really, it's just a short-term mission organization to help people get that first personal experience that hopefully leads to even greater experiences in the kingdom and in the world. So I want to show with you real quick. I took a trip, a group of about 30, mostly adults, 2 teenagers went. And so I've got a little video here we're going to try to load up if technology works. And that way, again, you can kind of see the experience that would happen back in December. We went to Honduras, to Tegucigalpa, for a thing we call the Jesus Banquet. There's a ministry that we do, and so it's called Honduras Hope that we're a part of, and they go to the dump every week and feed there. But once in December, we kind of upgrade that experience and take a bunch of people with us and do lots of things. So if we've got the video ready, let's roll it.
Hi, my name is Jillian Gatewood. I'm from Dallas, Texas, by way of West Texas. This is my first mission trip with Disciple Trips, and I'm so glad to be here. It's been an amazing experience, and I wish I had done it sooner. I was inspired by my younger siblings to come and join the efforts in the missionary field, and so this has just been an amazing experience. The people here are just fill your heart, and while there's a lot of heartbreak, there's lots of joy, and you can see God working here, and it's just amazing to be God's hands and feet here delivering the good word and love of God and love of Christ. What affected me most here that touched me deeply spiritually was how the people here, while they don't have a lot of the material things we have, they still have so much love and life and joy because they have such a strong faith of their own, and they live by faith here. They trust that God is going to give them their daily bread, and some of them have a stronger faith than I do, and that just blew me away and helped me to grow. So you're not just coming here. Don't come with the thought that you're coming here to save them. In many ways, they're saving you by how they live and how they worship and how they honor God and how they live for God here. I really loved going to Casa de Esperanza and working with the children there, playing games. It just was so carefree and fun. The kids are thriving there. They're so loved and so cared for. And the work that Terry and Matt and Nicole have been doing here is just amazing. They poured their lives into this place, these kids, and it shows. And all the efforts behind everything they're doing is just working miracles here. So my expectations when I came was that we were going to come, we were going to give things that we brought, we were going to be doing all these things, which we did. I didn't expect the return that I got from the people. I thought I was going to be giving a lot more than I was receiving, but I feel like I received equally, if not more, than what I gave here in this mission trip. You need to come on the next disciple trip. You really need to come and spread the love of God. You know, don't think that you aren't able. You are able, because through Christ everything is possible.
All right. So this is a fun ministry to be a part of, and so that's what we're trying to do. Is we're trying to get the word out in our brotherhood and take people on trips like this to have that kind of impact. And so out of Velocity, some kid may find out, have a great lesson and learn about God and go back home, but they also may plant a seed to go, you know what, I could do something even bigger. And then we hope it'll be like what happened with Keith, that it leads to something even bigger, and when it come to AIM, and then like Brett, who now is in SIBI, who went on a mission trip with us. So we hope that's where these all lead. This summer we're going to 4 places. These are 4 destinations. We're going to go to Mexico City. I'm excited about that, and Belize. These are 2 new places we're adding, along with where we've been going to Santa Rosa, Honduras, that has some awesome aimers there, and then to in the Caribbean to St. John's, Antigua. So again, we're just excited about this opportunity God gives us. And so Disciple Trips is all about connecting people, okay? Our people meeting the people that live wherever we go, to those places that we go, connecting those people so all of us can be part of understanding our greater purpose.
It's exciting that there's things happening not only here in Lubbock, but all over the world. And this week is one of those exciting times that we have together with brethren from all over the country and different parts of the world to go through the Sunset Workshop. The 4 satellite schools, External Studies, had what they called learning centers. These were people in different locations using cassette tapes to study God's Word, lessons from the classroom that was recorded here at Sunset. Today we have those same courses shot in our studio on DVD. They come with study guides and different levels of learning. It's a simple concept. It starts with the local congregation anywhere in the world deciding to basically provide in-depth Bible study for the local people in that community. Basically, a satellite school is a remote location from SIBI's residential campus here, where they study just like you do. The classroom, or the satellite school now, it remains completely under the oversight and the direction of the leadership at the local congregation. The students that are in a satellite school can choose to audit the courses or take the courses for credit up as high as a bachelor's degree in their local location. This offers things for people that cannot leave home, but they want the in-depth study. Since the school is an integral part of the teaching program of the local church, men and women there can get practical Bible training, as I said, without leaving home, but they continue to work with the local church, with their occupation, their jobs they have, and yet they're getting the in-depth study that they need. External Studies at this time has a 40-course core curriculum that we use, and there's also available 6 courses on leadership, which helps develop the leaders in those communities. Congregations that use these kind of programs that we have, they find out that they develop stronger elderships. They're training their own teachers there, which become better teachers. They're towards their community. These congregations where a satellite school is located, they're becoming more evangelistic and reaching out to those around them to bring God's Word to that lost world. During our workshop here, every year, first started in 1998 was our first satellite school training for administrators. Every year we do that at the same time here. people from all over come. They're trained to become a certified satellite school administrator to run these schools in local congregation. Since 1998, we have trained hundreds of administrators from all over the world. We have several other countries such as Canada, Bermuda, Scotland, the Bahamas, Aruba, that are running satellite schools. Two of them, Nassau and Aruba, they're not only running a satellite school, their objective also is they have an all-day training program in which they will be training their own preachers for that area. It's like one of them in Nassau told me, it's very difficult to get missionaries to come to the Caribbean area. So they're going to train their own preachers there. Edmonton, Canada, for example, was a learning center before it became a satellite school. And from those up there, one young man, when he graduated, went to one of the Baltic states, and 3 of the men that he converted wanted to become preachers, so therefore he is running a satellite school using the same materials that he learned in Canada. He is now in Europe training preachers there. Thousands of brethren have taken advantage of the satellite school program, in which many of them here in the States are now preaching that would have never had the opportunity to do that. I called Harry Summers one day in West Virginia, and a young lady answered the phone, asked to speak to Harry, and she said, well, Harry's not here. He's not our preacher anymore. He's moved to West Virginia or Ohio. And she said, would you like to talk to the new preacher? And I said, yes, but could you give me Harry's phone number where he is now? And so she goes and gets it, comes back on the phone, and says, that did not sound very well, what I said. Said, Harry only moved 80 miles away. He's from Ohio. He moved there to help a small church that was struggling. And then she put me on with Kevin, who started thanking me for our satellite school. And he was telling me that Harry kept telling him to apply for the job here. And he said, well, these people wouldn't hire me. So he went ahead and applied, and they did hire him. Turns out that Kevin was their first graduate from their satellite school program. So a lot of things happen out there that we don't know about. These things would not be possible if this higher level of education was not available to our brethren. Some of our satellite schools have sister congregations attending them. For example, Fulton, Mississippi, depending on which courses they're teaching each semester, they'll have 15 to 19 area congregations in northern Mississippi attending their school every semester. So not only are they maturing their own saints there at home, they're training others that carry this back to their local congregations to help those congregations mature and grow. So it also builds unity between sister congregations. Many of these satellite schools have denominational people, and even a lot of them have denominational preachers attending, in which they're being educated now. There's many things like this going on around our country, and you guys are going to be a big part of that also. We'd like to invite any of the students here, especially the seniors that will be leaving, during the workshop, take the time to come over and be trained as a satellite school administrator. So when you leave here, you're already certified, and if the opportunity presents itself, you'll be able to help them start up a satellite school program in their congregation. There's, if any of you guys have any questions or anything, or would like to attend this, see either Virgil or myself after the workshop or after the chapel here. We'd love to have you come and be part of this training and taking it out into the world as you leave. Thank you.
We have a real problem here at Sunset. Our ministry is so big that even those of us who sit in this room for chapel each day of the week, we don't even know all of it, do we? It's a great blessing. I'm blessed to be able to go see satellite schools around our brotherhood and see the way they interact, and a lot of those satellite schools end up sending us aimers They end up sending us students for our residential program. We're blessed to see things like disciple trips produce Amers and then produce students. But there's so many different ways that Sunset reaches out into this world and touches it in different ways. And that's one important part of our workshop, is serving as a platform for these ministries to show those around us, who they are and what they do. What's always funny to me, though, is there's always someone from here within our school that says, wow, I had no idea. I had no idea that was happening. I had no idea there was this much going on. And there's always people from our congregation that go, did you know there were that many schools of Sunset all over the world? And I look at them and go, yeah, I did. But I'm always glad when people come to understand those things. I appreciate Jeff for sharing that work with us. I appreciate Jerry for sharing the work of satellite schools with us. And I look forward to a week of discovering more and more about what Sunset's doing around the world.